is from the Grand Ole Opry. It's an actual mic that Hank used at the Opry. And of course, they upgraded their mics, and so we have that one from there. We have over here some of the instruments that were in Hank's band: guitar, mandolin, fiddle, and banjo. And you can play those. You can press the button and it will play music. Somebody has done this for us, and of course the children love that when they come in. And it really makes quite a noise, so it's quite interesting. And that's something that we were able to, yeah. Banjo over here and the fiddle and the mandolin. Somebody said the other day, I like that mandolin. I don't know if this was the mandolin or was
They're all four together.
That's great. Yeah. Anyway, that's something that the children love when they come here.
That's cool.
I know, it is. It's very nice. Somebody did that for us and put it up for us, which I always thought was pretty neat. Well, we also have over here, once the fiddle stops, thank you. This is Anne Murray's top. Anne Murray gave us this. She's been inducted to the Nova Scotia Country Music Hall of Fame. This is amazing, guys. If you had to wear that when you were on stage, it's so hot. It's all hand done. Look. All hand done. It's as heavy as anything. If you ever put your hand over there to hold it, it's very heavy. I can't imagine wearing it under the lights, but that's from Anne Murray. She was inducted to the Nova Scotia Country Music Hall of Fame. Now, this is a phonograph that was a gift that Hank gave to his mother. Now, I don't know how we got it. I know that we got it from the family. I'm not sure if we bought it from them or whether it was donated. It doesn't say, but this was his. And somebody was here and they said, oh my dear, we used to have one and had records in. I said, well, actually we have here all of Hank's records, these ones from way back. And we tried them and they work. But we did try them and they worked, which is quite amazing, really. And I don't know if you know, from 1972, this is testing 1, 2, 3 from 1972. That was Joyce Simone, who is from around here, and who we see quite often, helps out the Hank Snow Hometown Museum so much. And that was her #1 hit in 1972. She's been inducted to the Nova Scotia Country Music Hall of Fame as well. She helps out here a lot. She comes and she performs, and she helps us with all of our shows and all of that. So it's always nice to have Joyce Simone. Now this lady here is Carol Baker. Carol Baker, we used to have a whole big full of Carol's awards, but she started her own museum now in Port Medway. Got a chance to go down there this summer. It was fantastic. And so we gave her all of her awards, but she left us with this. We've had this for years. That's one of her outfits, and it's so nice to have it. And we also have from Rita McNeil, we have her hat and some of her awards. We have some other things that we're going to put in there. Of course, Rita McNeil, a lot of people will know, and she also was inducted to the Nova Scotia Country Music Hall of Fame as well. So was Carol Baker. So it's always nice to have these folks. And Carol Baker and Joyce Simone come in here quite often, and we get a chance to chat with them. And of course, Carol is doing all kinds of fantastic shows coming up. She's going to do a whole Christmas series all over the Maritimes and Ontario and Quebec. So that's going to be fantastic. Right here we have George Canyon, and George Canyon was inducted to the Nova Scotia Country Music Hall of Fame. A lot of people say, George Canyon, he's from Alberta. No, he's not. He's from Nova Scotia. So I keep telling everybody, no, he wasn't. So that's pretty nice. Now, up here, well, you see also Don Messer. And Don Messer wasn't from Nova Scotia. Usually, to get into the Nova Scotia Country Music Hall of Fame, you have to be from Nova Scotia. But he did so much for country music in Nova Scotia, they made him an honorary member, and they have done that for some other folks. So you'll see people here. This is, of course, Cindy Church from Truro, and Cindy, of course, was the backup singer for Ian Tyson for years. She was in the group Quartet, and she was in there with Sylvia Tyson and Caitlin Hanford and Colleen Peterson, and so she was inducted. And it was so nice to see that, because her father was there for her induction. He was a very tall man, and so was she. And I saw her about a year or so later, and she told me that her father had passed away about 6 months after that. So she was so proud that he was able to be there for her, which was really nice. These are folks that you will remember. We were just talking about this to some folks earlier in our tour. His name is Robert Bouchard. He's from West Arachette, Cape Breton. I'd never heard of the man until that he was being inducted, but he is a fantastic singer. And so it's wonderful to have some of these folks that we see. There are a lot of people like Jerry Murphy. Now, he's not a guy who sings, but he has shows. He's been doing bluegrass and all kinds of shows for years. So all kinds of people are here. Hal Bruce, that a lot of people know. You know, so there's things, and there's people like this one, and I'll tell you about him. His name is, he's Smilin' Ivan Dory, and he actually used to play with Hank at one point in time, but he was at all of the tributes. It was always lovely to see him. He passed away a few years ago, but it was nice to have him here. So you'll see all of those folks here in the Country Music Hall of Fame, which is, of course, right there. So this is our tour, and of this, and it's kind of like a place where you can see what is attached to Hank Snow, as well as just all of the Hank Snow.